Hello, welcome to High Crown Gaming. This is Eric, my co-host Brody, and my other co-host Miss Mags. Miss Mags just had to call Mr. Brody into the back room. I guess they had something to discuss off camera. So hopefully Mr. Brody will be back for the rest of the video later. So alright, so after watching Al Red Sox fans, definitely check out his station. Al Red Sox Fan does a lot of great sports replays and everything, just like Action PC Baseball and Out of the Park Baseball and Digital Diamond Baseball, as well as boxing and football and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, I was watching a video of his, and he featured the 1905 team, which I am playing, the New York Giants and Christy Mathewson, playing a game against the 1927 Yankees Murderers Row there. So check out that if you haven't checked it out yet. It's published on today, August 6th of 2017. So check that one out. So it kind of inspired me to do another video from the 1905 season featuring the New York Giants, and the Giants are currently in the middle of a pretty good winning streak here. Let me just check and see where we're at right now. So we're currently in the middle of a 12-game hitting streak, 12-game winning streak, sorry. And a couple of our players still have winning streaks. I believe George Brown and I want to say there's one other. Oh, there's Mr. Brody. Mr. Brody's back. So apparently they hashed out whatever they needed to back there. Everything okay there, Mr. Brody? All right. So he's back in his co-host seat. And I'm trying to think of the other one. I think it might be Bresnahan, the catcher, is also in the middle of a streak. Two other players, John McGraw. No, not McGraw, sorry. The center fielder. Mike Donlin had his hitting games stopped, stopped a couple of games ago, as well as I think George Brown might have had his stopped, I think, in the last game that we played. But anyway, as you can see here, All-Stars here. We have a couple All-Stars, 3 All-Stars on the team. The catcher, Bresnahan, McGann, the first baseman, and Mike Donlin. The McGann also had a hitting streak too at one point. So maybe it's just one of our players who had a hitting streak. I don't know. We'll find out in a second anyway. And yeah, Mike Donlin I know had one too. I think all of these guys had hitting streaks at one point. So anyway, and you can see we're leading the league in batting at 287. I think that's in the whole major leagues there. And we're also just barely ahead, number 1 in team pitching, 2.08 ERA. And team fielding, surprisingly, we're 3rd. Our infield has definitely helped us, as our outfield definitely has been our liability for the most part. So anyway, so that is here, and I just wanted to show you. So this is our, there we go. And now we're playing this, starting a new series. Finally, it's not the Bean Eaters. We're starting a series with the St. Louis Cardinals. These are the logos and their uniforms back then, and they're in the middle of a 7-game losing streak. As you can see over here, they've got a record of 7-16. They would finish with a record of 58-96. 47.5 games out. And we would finish with a record of 105-48. So currently, right now, we have a 10-game streak on them, 10-game lead. So all right, so let's get this game underway here. So we will fast play all the other games, as we usually do. Light schedule today overall. Oh, meant to do the ticker there, but that's okay. Alright. So we're back home. Well, home again. I think we were home in the last series too against the Bean Eaters. But we'll see if we can extend our winning streak to 13 games. That's Miss Mags in the background there. She's got a lot to say.
Welcome to Polo Grounds for today's game between St. Louis and New York. St. Louis has lost 7 straight, and 8 of their last 10. New York has won 12 straight, and 10 of their last 10. Jack Taylor starts for St. Louis. He's made 5 starts on the year and is 1-4 with an earned run average of 2.86. His first start against New York. Joe McGinnity will be on the mound for New York. He's made 5 starts on the year and is 4-1 with an earned run average of 1.43. His first start against St. Louis. New York catcher Roger Bresnahan is riding an 11-game hitting streak. New York right fielder George Brown is riding a 12-game hitting streak. It's 64 degrees, wind speed 11 miles per hour, left to right. Pitching for New York, Joe McGinnity. Leading off for St. Louis, center fielder, Homer Smoot.
Alrighty. So finally a new opponent there. So Homer Smoot will lead it off against Joe McGinnity for us. And on the mound for, let's see, where is it? Jack Taylor will make the start for the St. Louis Cardinals. So he's just 1-4 with an ERA, but has an ERA of 2.86, so he hasn't got a lot of run support. I think this is the first time we were facing the Cardinals this year. And McGinnity is doing well so far. Just the opposite, 4-1, but with an ERA of 1.43. So it's Bresnahan with an 11-game hitting streak and Brown with a 12-game hitting streak. And so Brown, thank goodness he's doing well in the at the plate, because definitely in the outfield can be an adventure at times with him. So alright. Mr. Brody's going to check on things. Hopefully he'll be back later. So alright, so Joe McGinnity takes the mound. And the lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals is as follows. Homer Smoot will bat first and play center field. Batting second will be Josh Clark, the right fielder. Sorry, the left fielder. Mike Grady will be behind the plate, batting third. Oh, Mr. Brody's having himself some dinner. So batting cleanup will be Jake Beckley, the first baseman. Batting fifth will be the right fielder, Jack Dunleavy. Not Jim Dunleavy, that's the basketball or football guy. I can't remember. I think it might have been football, basketball, but I'm not sure. Anyway, batting sixth will be Harry Arndt, the second baseman. I love this guy's name. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Dave Brain. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Jimmy Burke. And on the mound, batting ninth, will be Jack Taylor. So that's your lineup for your St. Louis Cardinals against Joe McGinnity. Alright, so Homer Smoot leads it off. He's hitting .217 with 7 runs batted in, 10 runs scored, 2 stolen bases, 3 doubles, and 3 triples. So McGinnity looks in for the sign from Bresnahan. Here's the windup and the pitch. And he'll pop one up the center. Donlin's under it, makes the catch for the first out. So next up will be Josh Clark, hitting .367 with 3 homers and 8 runs batted in. 6 runs scored, a double, and a stolen base. So McGinnity looks in for the sign from Bresnahan. Gets what he likes. Here's the lineup and the pitch. And it'll be a walk to Clark.
Mike Grady.
So that'll bring up the catcher, Mike Grady, hitting .226 with 5 runs batted in. 4 runs scored, a stolen base, 2 doubles, and 2 triples. Ball 1. Clark, keep an eye on him anyway. And he throws over to first. Clark's back safely. So 1-0 count on Grady. And we have our first score. Actually, no score. Pittsburgh and Philadelphia are scoreless in the first in National League action. And the count evens at 1. 1-2 the count. Throw over again. Clark's back safely once again. So a ball and 2 strikes to Grady. And he's going to hit a line drive.
First baseman, Jake.
To Gilbert.
Beckley.
Throws over quickly over to first, but Clark's back in time. So 2 down now. The first baseman, Jake Beckley, who had a long career. I know from 1888 until like 1906 or 8 or something like that. But he's a .270 hitter in this replay with 5 runs batted in. 9 runs scored, 2 stolen bases, 3 doubles, and 3 triples. So McGinnity looks in for the sign, gets one he likes. He has the windup and the pitch. Gonna hit a grounder to Dahlin. He goes the short way.
No runs, no hits.
And that'll do it for the
After 1/2 inning, St. Louis 0, New York coming to bat.
Cardinals.
Pitching for St. Louis, Jack Taylor. Leading off for New York, center fielder, Mike Donlin.
And Mr. Brody's having his supper there, as you can see. So Jack Taylor takes the mound. Comes in, as we said, 1-4 with a 2.86 ERA. 44 innings pitched, 40 hits allowed. 2 homers, 19 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Wow. Not exactly the greatest walk to strikeout ratio. Opponents are hitting .240 off him. So Mike Donlin, looks like Joey from Friends, is up now. He'll bat first and play center field. Batting second will be Sam Mertes, the left fielder. Batting third will be the catcher, Bresnahan. Roger Bresnahan. Batting cleanup will be Dan McGann, the first baseman. George Brown, the right fielder, bats fifth. Art Devlin is the third baseman, batting sixth. Shortstop, Bill Dahlin, bats seventh. Billy Gilbert is the second baseman, batting eighth. And Joe McGinnity will bat ninth and is on the mound. So Mike Donlin, hitting .354 with a homer and 12 runs batted in, has scored 21 runs, 3 stolen bases, 4 doubles, and 4 triples. Leads it off. And he'll get himself a single past the brain.
Left fielder, Sam Mertes.
But the brain is unable to come up with it. I'll bring up Sam Mertes. He's hitting .227 with a homer and 9 runs batted in, and that homer is, I believe, is a inside the park home run. 14 runs scored, 4 stolen bases, 4 doubles, and 2 triples. Donlin gets his lead off first. Taylor looks in for the sign, gets one from Grady. Here's the windup and the pitch to Mertes. And it's a strike one, inside corner. He's going to hit a fly ball to right. Dunleavy will make the catch. Donlin's back to first. They'll bring up Roger Bresnahan. He's on an 11-game hitting streak. Hitting .400 currently. With no homers and 11 runs batted in, 19 runs scored, 4 doubles, 2 triples. Has an on-base percentage of .536. Not going to attempt to steal yet. This Bresnahan has wielding a hot bat. We don't want to take the bat out of his hands, or at least we don't want to take the base runner off the base. So 1-2 the count. We have a score. Pittsburgh has a 1-0 lead over Philadelphia in the first. Count goes to 2-2. Cincinnati and Brooklyn are scoreless in the first. And he pops it up behind home plate. Looks like he's going to have a play on this one. No, perhaps not. So Grady gives chase, but it's in the stands. Count remains 2-2. Full count now. And it's going to get over the second baseman. Actually, the center fielder makes a poor play on this one. Kind of hard to see that one. So now Bresnahan extends his hitting streak to 12 straight games. So he gets it over with in his first at bat. Donlin moves up to third, so runners at the corners now. For McGann. McGann is hitting .303 with no homers, but is knocked in 20. 10 runs scored, 4 stolen bases, 2 doubles, and 4 triples. On base percentage of .442, so McGann is another hot hitter for the Giants. Strike one, swing and a miss. And he gets under one here, pops it up the center. And we're going to send Donlin home. He's going to tag and try to score. Throw comes in the second.
George Brown.
And the Giants have a 1-0 lead. So RBI sacrifice fly from McGann. Brings up George Brown. He's got a 12-game hitting streak going. He gets under one here, pops it up to left.
1 run, 2 hits, no errors. After 1, St. Louis 0, New York 1. Right fielder, Jack Dunleavy.
So the Giants are out of it in the first, but they do score a run. And after 1 full, it's Giants 1 and Cardinals nothing. So McGinnity back on the mound. It'll be Dunleavy, Arndt, and Brain. Dunleavy is hitting .222 with 5 runs batted in, 7 runs scored, 2 stolen bases, and a double. It's going to be a slow roll at the second. Gilbert's up with it, over to McGann.
Second baseman, Harry.
1 down. Another score from the American League. The Chicago White Sox 3, the Cleveland Naps nothing in the second. We're going to bring up Harry Arndt, the second baseman. Hitting .246 with 6 runs batted in, 8 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. And he'll get under one here and pop it up to Donlin. He drifts over to his left and makes the catch for the second out. Brooklyn has scored against Cincinnati. It's Brooklyn 1, Cincinnati nothing in the second. And now the Brain is coming up. Dave Brain is hitting .283 with 6 runs batted in. 4 runs scored, a stolen base. See if he can smarten up now. Get a hit. And he does. So the Brain gets a hit.
Jimmy Burke.
So the Brain on first. I'm going to try to pick off the Brain. He's back safely. He's pretty smart. He outsmarted us. So that brings up Jimmy Burke. .240 hitter with 9 runs batted in. 6 runs scored, a stolen base. And 4 doubles. So Burke gets in the box. McGinnity looks in for the sign. Looks the runner back. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ball 1. Brain isn't much of a threat to steal, but we'll try again. And he's back safely. So 1-0 the count on Burke. And he hits one back to McGinnity. Throws over to McGann. And that'll do it.
After 1.5, St. Louis 0, New York 1. Third baseman, Art Devlin.
Alrighty, that'll bring up Art Devlin, the third baseman. He's hitting .241 with 13 runs batted in, 13 runs scored, 2 stolen bases, 2 doubles and a triple. And he's going to hit one to his counterpart. We'll throw him out. First out of the second inning. Philadelphia and Washington scoreless in the second. Bill Dowling, the shortstop, up now. Hitting .238 with a homer and 19 runs batted in. Big Pete owns one of our inside the park home runs. 15 runs scored. 2 stolen bases, a double, and 3 triples. Has an on-base percentage of .358. So he will draw a lot of walks. And it's a foul ball, foul down the first baseline. So 2-2 the count. Now the score: Brooklyn 3, Cincinnati nothing in the second. Dowling gets under one here, and it's going to drop in. Dowling has himself a 1-out single. Brings up the second baseman Billy Gilbert, hitting .258 with 5 runs batted in, 8 runs scored, 3 doubles. Ball 1. Might try a little hit and run here. The runner in motion, and he's going to be out. So Gilbert swings and misses, and Dowling is thrown out. Try on the hit and run, on the botched hit and run. So now the score: it's Philadelphia 3, Pittsburgh 1 in the first. So Gilbert's still up there now with 2 outs and nobody on base. And the count goes to 1-2. Count evens at 2. And he gets under one here. Third baseman drifts over.
No runs.
And makes the catch.
No errors. After 2 complete. St. Louis 0, New York 1. Pitcher, Jack Taylor.
The White Sox 3, the Naps 2 in the third inning. So the pitcher Taylor's up now. Hitless in 21 at-bats. And he gets plunked, so you definitely don't want to hit somebody who's 0 for 21. McGinnity, ball gets away from him and hits him. So leadoff runner is on. So that'll bring up the top of the order and Smoot. He's 0 for 1. Fly to shallow center his first time up. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. And it's a bunt. They're going to get the lead runner at second, and they're going to complete the double play. So he bunted that one too hard, and they were able to turn 2. Oh no, actually they didn't. Smoot actually beat it out. Looked like they were going to beat Smoot, but they do get the lead runner, and it's 1 out and 1 on with Josh Clark, who walked his first time up. Strike 1. Chase went out of the zone there. And runner's going to be off. And he steals second. So Smoot gets himself a stolen base. Number 3 on the year. So tying runs in scoring position now with 1 out. Clark. 1-2 the count. So another score in American League action. It's the Highlanders nothing. Trying to think. Is it the Americans? No. It wasn't the Boston Americans. Totally forgetting again. Blanking again. Mr. Brody will look that one up. Mr. Brody reminded me it was the Boston Americans. So, alright, 2-2 the count. And it's going to be hit down the first base line, just past McGann. McGann's unable to come up with it. Brown to throw it back in. Smoot makes his way to third. So Smoot had to wait to make sure it went through. So runners at the corners now with a 1 down for Grady. Line to second his first time up. Ball one outside. 2-0 the count. And it's going to be a base hit. Poor play by Dowling. Smoot will come around and score the tying run. So we have a 1-1 game. So runners on first and second with one down for Beckley. Ground to short his first time up into a fielder's choice. So the Cleveland has tied it up. It's the White Sox 3 and the Naps 3 in the third. So Beckley up now. Runners on first and second, one out. And it's going to be a strike. Called. Down and tight, 1-1. And it's going to be a hit to Dowling. He's going to turn 2 over second for 1. Back to first. Double play. So 6-4-3 double play in the
2.5. St. Louis 1, New York 1. Joe McGinnity.
The Cardinals have tied it at 1 after 2.5. McGinnity will lead it off. It's a good hitting pitcher, hitting .211 with an RBI. .233 in the actual season, with 11 runs batted in. He'll be leading it off here, and he's going to hit it to second baseman Arndt. And Arndt throws it over to Beckley for the first out of the inning. Donlin up now, 1 for 1. Singled his first time up. And he's going to fly out to left. And Clark's over and makes the catch. So 2 down now for Sam Mertes. Flied out his first time up. And he's going to hit one back over the middle for a base hit. So 2-out single. Sam Mertes has 52 stolen bases. I think we're going to try one here. Let's see if Sam Mertes can get this lead here and steal on Grady. He's off with the pitch. Gets a good jump. And he's in there with a stolen base, number 5. So go-ahead runs in scoring position now for Bresnahan, who extended his hitting streak in his first time up with a single. There's an opportunity to get a RBI here. And he's going to fly out to left. Clark will have it. And that'll do it for the Giants.
After 3 complete, St. Louis 1, New York 1.
And the White Sox have pulled ahead of the Indians 4-3. And the Indians, the Naps in the fourth. Dunleavy will lead it off for the Cardinals. Grounded to second his first time up. And he's going to hit one down to Brown. Downtown to Brown. And he's going to leg out a triple. Dives in the third, just ahead of the tag. Cardinals are in business with a leadoff triple. Play the infield in here. So Arndt up first. He's 0 for 1. Ball 1, high inside. And he's going to hit a liner to short. Dowling comes up with it easily. So 1 down. Next up, Brain. He singled his first time up. Play the infield in again. Ball 1. And the count evens at 1, swing and a miss. And he's going to get under 1 here. Dowling's going to go over into foul territory, and he will make the catch. So great catch by Dowling. That'll bring up Jimmy Burke. Grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. This would be Burke's last year, 1905, and he'd be the manager later in the year. Player manager of sorts. And then he would go on, I think it was in 1918 and 1919, or 1919 and 1920. I think it might have been 18 and 19. He would manage the St. Louis Browns. This would be his last year as a player. Base is empty with 2 down for Burke. I'm sorry, but we're on third. I didn't see him. I forgot that he was there. Infield playing normal now. And he's going to line a single to score the go-ahead run. Dunleavy comes across the score, and it's 2-1 Cardinals. Wow, it's been a while since another team has had the lead on the Giants. So they take a 2-1 lead here in the fourth on a single by Burke. So that'll bring up the pitcher, Taylor. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Cross the knees, strike one. Count evens at 1. 1-2 the count. And he strikes out.
2 hits, no errors. After 3.5, St. Louis 2, New York 1.
But Cardinals pull ahead on the RBI single by Burke. So we began Brown and Devlin. Heart of the order up for the Giants. Now playing from behind. And it's going to be a base hit all the way to the wall, and he's going to be in there with a leadoff triple. So just like the Cardinals had a leadoff triple, the Giants follow up with one of their own. Got a perfect place for Brown to extend his hitting streak. Grady goes out to talk to Taylor, try to settle him down. He's back behind the plate. Looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. And it's going to be inside on the black, strike one. Count evens at 1. 2-1 the count. And he's going to hit a number. Oh! Poor play by the second base, shortstop there. It looked like it was more towards the second base side, and the run will come in. And Brown, so Brown gets himself an RBI single there. No error charged on the play. Now he's hit safely in 13 straight games. But more importantly, the Giants have tied it up. So Devlin up now with nobody out. Runner on first. Grounded the third his first time up. He's not that great a bunter, so we're going to hit away. Count evens at 1. And he's going to hit a number down the first base line. Fielder's choice, he's out. Brown will move up to second, so it worked the same way as a sacrifice. So a runner in scoring position now for Dahlen, who's singled his first time up. Ball 1, high and away. 2-0 the count. And he's going to get under one here, hit it to center field. Center fielder Smoot will make the catch. Brown tags and goes to third. So it's the Highlanders 1 and the Americans nothing in the fifth. Okay, quick look at the score since we didn't do that earlier. Chicago White Sox continue to lead Cleveland by a score of 4-3. Davis is 3 for 3. Chicago, the White Sox have Patterson, and the Cleveland has Bernhardt. Philadelphia and Washington scoreless in the bottom of the fifth. The American League action. Copley goes for Philadelphia 2-1 against Hughes 2-2. And the score I just mentioned is New York 1, Boston nothing. Chesborough going for the Highlanders and Young for the Americans. Philadelphia leads Pittsburgh 3-1. Flaherty on the mound for Pittsburgh 2-1. Doug will be 3-2 on the mound for Philadelphia. And Brooklyn 3 and Cincinnati nothing. Cincinnati's got Walker going for 1-1. It's Galen 3-1. And here we're all tied up at 2. So 2 down now with Brown at third for Gilbert. Gilbert's going to need to get a single to knock Brown home if they. Ball 1, curveball. 2-0 the count, so good hitters count here. And he hits it back to the pitcher. Throws it over to first, and that'll do it.
Hits, no errors. After 4 complete, St. Louis 2, New York 2.
So the Giants squander a leadoff triple, unable to score. The score remains 2-2. Actually, did they? Wait a second here. Let me check here. No, they didn't. Ooh, they did. Hold on. Never mind on that. Wasn't paying attention there. Dan did come home and score. So we're all tied up at 2 going into the 5th. Smoot up now. He's 0 for 2. It'll be Smoot, Clark, and Grady. Top of the order for the Cardinals. Getting back up on the mound. He's got up to 51 pitches. And it's going to be a strikeout. Second K of the day from McGinnity. Brings up Josh Clark. Walked and grounded a single. And he's going to lay one down. Dowlin's up with it. Over to first. And he just gets him. A great play by Dowlin there. And it's 2 down. Grady up now. 1 for 2 with a single. Oh, I don't know what happened on that one, but Dowlin's unable to get to it. It'll be a 2-out single. For Beckley, 0 for 2. Rolling inside, ball 1. 1-1 the count. 1-2 the count. And he's going to hit this one to Gilbert. Oh, Gilbert has misplays that one. It's going to be an E4. Beckley will reach. And Grady will move up to second. So runners on first and second now with 2 outs. Should have been out of the inning. The inning continues with Dunleavy. Hit a triple his last time up. Strike 1 at the knees. Count evens at 1. 1-2. And he hits this one the first. McGann up with it. Over McGinnity.
No runs. 1 hit.
And they get out of it. So the error does not prove costly.
St. Louis 2, New York 2.
The score remains tied at 2. Halfway through the game. So McGinnity leads it off. Grounded to second his first time up. And this time he'll ground out to Beckley. He'll take it himself for the first out. Donovan up now. He's 1 for 2. Needing a line out to Arndt for the second out. Washington has pushed a run across in the 6th and leads Philadelphia 1-0. Sam Murte is up now, 1 for 2. With a single. And he'll draw a 2-out walk. He has a stolen base already today, so I think we're going to push the luck and try another steal here. Murte's off of the pitch again, and this time he's gunned down.
No hits, no errors. We played 5. St. Louis 2, New York 2.
After 5 full, it's knotted at 2. Arndt leads it off, 0 for 2. And he's going to hit a dribble down the first base line. McGann up with it, over to McGinnity covering. It's a good hustle by McGinnity to get over to first in time. And that's the first out of the 6th. So Philadelphia's extended their lead 4-1 now over Pittsburgh. Philadelphia would win the pennant in the American League in 1905 and go on to be defeated by the New York Giants in the World Series. So Brain up now, 1 for 2. It's one to Devlin. Goes a long way over to McGann. 2 down. So Burke up now, 1 for 2. He's trying to single his last time up. Hits this one to Gilbert. Handles it cleanly over to McGann, and that'll do it.
No hits, no errors. After 5.5. St. Louis 2, New York 2.
So Washington scored another run and now lead it 2-0 in the 7th over Philadelphia. So actually, the other team I was talking about, that was the Philadelphia Phillies. These are the Philadelphia A's, the team that won it in the American League. So, alright, Bresnahan up now, 1 for 2 on the day. Extended his hitting streak in the first. And he's going to ground out to Arndt for the first out of the inning. Brooklyn 5, Cincinnati, nothing in the 7th. So McGann up now. Tripled his last time up in the 4th. And he's going to fly out straight to center. Bailey has to move. So 2 down now for Brown. Extended his hitting streak to 13 games in the 4th. And he'll line out to Arndt. And that'll do it for the Giants in the 6th.
St. Louis 2, New York 2.
So a great pitching duel we have going here. 2-2, so it's 2-6-0 for the Browns. 2-6-1 for the Giants. So, alright, so Taylor the pitcher will lead it off, followed by Smoot and Clark against McGinnity. And he's going to hit one back to McGinnity, throws over to McGann. Let's go that a 1-3. It's 2-0 in the 8th now, New York over Boston. American League action. Smoot up now. He's 0 for 3 on the day. And he'll line out to Devlin for the second out. We have Josh Clark, who's 1 for 2 on the day. And he's going to hit one to Brown, and Brown will make the catch.
No hits, no errors. After 6.5. St. Louis 2, New York 2.
Cardinals go down in order. So they'll bring up Devlin, Dowling, and Gilbert for the Giants. Hoping to push across the go-ahead run here. Devlin's 0 for 2. And he's going to get under one here, and he'll pop it up to left. And, nope, actually pop it up, and Burke will take charge of it at third for the first out of the inning. Next up, Dowling, shortstop. He's 1 for 2. Looks like he's gonna get a strikeout, but he dropped the ball and he's gonna throw us over to first to get Dowling. So Billy Gilbert up now 0 for 2. And he'll hit a comebacker to the mound and throws over to first.
No hits, no errors. We've played 7 complete. St. Louis 2, New York 2.
So we head to the 8th with the score still knotted at 2. Grady up now, 2 for 3 on the day. He's going to pop it up behind the plate. Looks like Bresnahan's going to have a play on this one. Throws away the mask and makes the catch. So 1 down here in the Cardinal 8th. Brings up Beckley 0 for 3, but reached on the area his last time up. Come back into the mound. Kennedy up with it over to McGann. 2 down. Philadelphia Phillies have extended the lead over Pittsburgh. It's now 6-1 in the 5th. Dunleavy up now, 1 for 3. And he'll hit it into left for a 2-out single. So it brings up Arndt, who's 0 for 3. Strike 1 on the black. Count evens at 1. And he's going to fly up to center. Donlin's under it, makes the catch.
1 hit, no errors. After 7.5. St. Louis 2, New York 2.
So we head to the giant half of the 8th. It'll be McGinnity, Donlin, and Mertes. McGinnity lines a single over the head of the third baseman Burke. Good start to the inning for the Giants. Brings up Donlin now. Not the greatest punter, but I think we're going to have him bunt. Lays down a bunt. Looks like a good one here. The first baseman, Beckley, got that one. Throws over to first and is able to get McGinnity in scoring position. So Sam Mertes can be the hero now. He can get a hit here. Flied out to right his first time up. Singled up the middle in third and walked in the fifth. And it's not going to be him as they give him the intentional pass, setting up the double play. So the dangerous Bresnahan up now, 1 for 3. And he's going to line a single to left. Oh, man. Take a second here. Do we chance it? If we chance it, if we get thrown out, we'll still at least have runners on first and second, if not first and third. Or with 2 down. If we don't chance it, we're going to have the bases loaded with 1 down. I think we're going to not chance it. It's 63% chance. So, no. McGraw elects not to go. So we'll have the bases loaded now with 1 down for McGann. 1 for 3 on the day. Tripled 4th. So the infield goes in and has a little meeting there. But they're going to play the infield in. McGann steps into the box. Taylor looks in for the sign from Grady. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ball 1. Low and inside. And it's going to be a single through the drawn-in infield. 1 run comes in. We're going to go station to station. That could have been a double play if the infield was playing back, but they weren't. So that time it looks like it cost them. Giants take the lead here in the 8th, looking to extend their winning streak, 13 games. So that'll bring up Brown, who's 1 for 3. Base is still loaded with 1 down. It's going to be ball 1 down and inside. Count evens at 1, swing and a miss. And it's going to be a hit to center. We get towards the bottom of the order here. I think we're going to chance it here with 54%. We already got 1 run, so if we can get an insurance run here, we might as well take a chance here. So McGraw is going to go aggressive this time. And we'll try to send Bresnahan to third as a decoy, so yeah. And he's out going home. So Grady puts the tag on him and he's thrown out going home. However, Giants do push ahead the go-ahead run. And it's a 3-2 lead now. So McGinnity is back on the mound. And we're going to have Elliott warming up just in case. We're going to give McGinnity the chance here. So it'll be Brain, Burke, and the pitcher's spot up. With the Giants up by 1. Brain steps in the box. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Singled his first time up. Strike 1 just below the belt. Count evens at 1. Spitball just missed. 2-1 the count. Good hitters count. And it's going to be a fly ball to right. And Brown this time will make the catch. Kept thinking of Al's game there against the Yankees. Brown misplayed the ball, but he's able to make the catch in right. So Burke up now. Grounded out. It's a single sandwich between 2 groundouts. RBI single. Strike 1. Waved at that one and missed. Count evens at 1. And he gets under 1 here. Donlin ranges over to his right for the second out. So the Cardinals are down to their last out. Looks like they're probably going to have a pinch hitter for Taylor, I would imagine. And they don't. And he lines a single. So, is Taylor the... Oh, he was the pitcher. So the pitcher, Taylor, lines a single. So, the Cardinals are not done yet. As Smoot is up now. Homer Smoot. 0 for 4 on the day. So Bresnahan goes in and has a talk with McGinnity. McGraw's out there on the mound too. Getting up to 101 pitches. Bresnahan goes back behind the plate. So they throw over to first. Taylor's back safely, trying to keep him close. Again, holding him on. So here's the windup in the pitch by McGinnity. Foul ball, back behind. And he gets under 1 here. It's going to pop it up. McGann's drifting over. And he'll make the catch. And the Giants hold on and beat the Cardinals 3-2, scoring the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 8th. Whew! That was a nail biter there, but Giants are able to extend their winning streak, and both Bresnahan and Brown are able to extend their hitting streaks to 13 and 12 games respectively, I believe it is.
The final score from Polo Grounds: New York 3, St. Louis 2. New York is on a 13-game winning streak. St. Louis has lost 8 straight. Joe McGinnity picks up the win. He is now 5-1 on the season. Jack Taylor is the loser. He is now 1-5. Time of the game: 1 hour, 39 minutes.
So yeah, I forgot that one streak. St. Louis is now has an 8-game losing streak. So we're hitting them at the right time. That was the closest game we've had in a while there. After we were behind at one point for not even a half inning. Maybe an out or two. So McGinnity goes the distance. Pitches a complete game. 8 hits allowed. 2 runs, both of them earned. A walk and 2 Ks. Had good stuff. Taylor's a tough luck loser. Goes to 1-5. 8 innings pitched, 9 hits. Did let up a lot of hits though. 3 runs, all of them earned. 2 walks and 1 strikeout. He had good stuff too. And so the hitting star, probably McGann, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Bresnahan had a couple of hits himself. Marte's had a couple of walks, 1 for 2. And Grady, the catcher, 2 for 4. And Dunleavy, the right fielder, 2 for 4 also. So that's going to be it. So Eric, my co-host, Mr. Brody, and Miss Mags, signing off. When the Giants will go to win 14 in a row in the next game. We may play another game tonight. So we'll see. So take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next 1905 replay using Action PC Baseball featuring the New York Giants. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye.